Hey guys, welcome back. It's Grim Reaper coming at you for another video for Raidshadowlegends. Hopefully you're doing well, and hopefully you're looking after yourself and have a positive start to the weekend, or had a great weekend. Anyway, it's nearly over now, and it's could be a spicy week next week. Not much going on. Um, there is a lot going on in Raidshadowlegends. Obviously, it lasts over a week or so, and we've had some champion buffs and etc. I'd actually have both of them champions for them champion buffs. So obviously, recently the last patch, two champions got buffed, which was Blind Seer. It was actually my first Void Legendary overall on my account, and then obviously the other one was Mountain King as well, which is a champion that was meta for a bit a while for offensively when Candy and Duchess were better because a lot of Magic and Nukas were meta at the time. And Candy was just absolute beast. And if you didn't have Candy, then you would use the Mountain King. But he's originally then dropped out the meta for a long, long time, and recently didn't come back. So he's recently come back recently after a buff, big buff it was as well. So big damage multipliers always had really good damage anyway. So obviously he's attack based, but his damage mainly comes from HP. As you can see, that the HP is the main stat there, and then attack stat helps as well. But mainly you're looking for the HP stat. So you can see here, a really interesting kit. Increases his champion's attack by 50% each time. Kills the enemy, will stack up to 100%. So you kill two enemies, he gets extra additional attack. On his A3 now, he'll ignore shield, strengthens, unkillables, and block damage. I think he just used to ignore block damage, if I'm not mistaken. It'll decrease the cooldown of the A2, which is on a 4-turn cooldown. And it's looking pretty cool, right? My apologies. So this will increase the cooldown there. And then this one will also get extra turn as well. He'll ignore 50% of target defense. He's always hit hard. He's always been an extremely hard hitter. So we're gonna build him up on the optimizer. I'm gonna show you how to build him. I have used him a little bit in Faction Wars. I think it was yesterday, and he was really, really good against the UDK and Rhodas kind of situation. Basically, just chomped off that UDK like pretty much first time with this ability, which was great to see. So we're going to jump over to the optimizer now. I'm going to show you how to build them, how I'd recommend to put stats in the optimizer, and then we'll talk about everything else. Okay then, so we are on optimizer, and let's have a look on how we would build him. So we're going to obviously go with Mountain King. We're going to go to optimizer damage build. We're going to do to make sure we put everything on for this. We want basically to have him to have the best damage gear on this. So we're going to go for Savage and Stone Skin as well. So this is how we'll build him for Arena. There is a few ways I think you could build him. Stone Skin and Ignore Defense I think would be the original way to kind of build him and to be the most difficult. And then when we're going on the optimizer, we're going to go HP here. You're going to go critical damage here. Now, again, attack is fine, but when you're doing the damage in the day, you really will want to be stacking up the HP, because the HP is the bigger scale of factor on his damage. And nothing's changed in that guards. Now, increased attack will help him quite a bit as well. That wouldn't be a bad thing, but he doesn't need the increased attack for sure. And we'll do a damage test. I'll show you what is what. I've only got a 2-star blessing for him, so the builds will be very average and very achievable for anyone that's like roughly around about my level. So you can see here we're going to get really high HP compared to attack, good speed, good critical damage, and etc. So we can go ahead and have a look at his build. So you can see that this is what the optimizer's recommendation for us to do for his build if I wanted to go out and do him in Sand Devil. Because I don't want to do his stuff and I don't want to use a ton of oil, which I don't have available anyway, I'm just going to go back into optimizer, or just take the best gear that's already dust and oiled. I just wanted to go through that so you guys could basically see that. And then we're going to kind of showcase two builds today for today's video, which I feel might be like a few ways of playing him. So as we can kind of see, we'll reduce this down to 20, and then we'll push some damage numbers up and see what we can do. Now he's HP based, so when we're talking about damage relics, obviously Cat Gaze relic won't be very good on him because most of the time he's gonna have the higher HP out of him and the opponents. So you can see here we'll be able to take basically He-Man's gear. So we're gonna go ahead. Oh wait, what happened there? Something happened. Okay, so we already had the boots on, and these will be the stats that we'll be running. For relic, we haven't got any relics right now. I will put a relic on for him for today's video, but we'll be only looking at the most achievable relic that you guys can access, which will be this one for most of the case. So you can see here the stats we will be running in today's video. Very good high HP, reasonable speed, and critical damage, and he's also in that, so we can get a bit more HP from glyphs and etc. I probably will build them out myself as a bit of a fun option. We can see that we can get a bit more HP from him, and we'll talk about blessings. So blessings, I think lightning cage would be the way to go to protect the stone skin. I think soul reap could be an interesting choice for him, and life harvest as well could be the way. So let's go ahead, jump into the arena. You guys can kind of see them, and then we'll probably have a look at a second build as well. All right, then. So we're attacking a very standard team. We have got nice in here. I just wanted to kind of show him against a UDK. The bigger factor will be for Mountain King, and one of the reasons why he's still not like S tier or right at the top of the list because he's not going to be able to ignore Stone Skin, and that will be a weakness in his kit. So you'll need a way to deal with Stone Skin. In today's video, we are going to bring in Empress. Obviously, Empress is missing some gear because we used it for the showcase for Mountain King. Anyway, let's go ahead and do a damage test on these abilities. So we'll do a damage test on A3 first. We do have increased attack. This is how I prefer to do damage test on the same oppositions in the arena, and I kind of show you the raw damage, what they can do in the arena. There's no defense down or weaken because not a lot of people use defense down and weaken really in this meta. Then we go ahead, we're going to go with the one shot here. We'll pop in, and that is a 320 million damage on that. So we're going to go back into the same opposition with the same opponent. So it's going to tell we're missing gear there, which is perfectly fine. This is a damage test after all. So 320 on it, A2 is extremely high damage, really good multiplier overall, which is what you want to see from nukers. Obviously, if you kill a target, you're obviously going to get another turn, which again will kind of make the nukers a bit easier to use overall, especially when a single target base. So we're going to do the A3 now into the Mountain King. Now this one doesn't have as decent multipliers as the A2, for example, but can it kill the UDK? I'm not too sure. Let's have a look. 81k damage. Not a bad multiplier, right? Overall. So yeah, you can't really complain of that too much. Overall, not shabby, right? Not bad at all. Okay, so we'll have a look at his A1, and then we'll obviously start doing the showcase of this. I want to see what damage his A1 can also do. Again, you do have the increased attack a little bit to help with a bit more damage overall. I don't feel like it's doing too much as a damage increase because HP is the main way to go. Obviously, Stone Skin would be a problem. So let's see what the A1 will do. 42k damage, not too shabby for a A1. Would like to see bigger numbers, but it's one of the ones. Anyway, let's go back into this fight and naturally show what we can do against these oppositions. So you kind of make out for your own ways if you want. For me, I think he's still going to be a great champion now. Maybe for like siege content, for offensively, maybe he's definitely going to be difficult to deal with for all for siege for all dwarfs, especially with the champion unity. If we have them, it's going to be a issue there. Anyway, let's go ahead and have a look at this. So we're going to pop the A2, which is going to be 143 this time. We're going to pop the A3, which is great. We reset the A2. Now we have to deal with the on barge of slaughtering. It's going to about to happen. We'll do this ability here as well. Now he can ignore block damage against a nice. I'm not going to call him a nice counter, but he does have some options against the nice. Obviously, you've got everyone's got Empress. Empress is only half geared right now, as he had donated for nice, but hopefully we can kind of make him force him to take his block damage, and he didn't, unfortunately. However, we can look at him going into this and then going back into this ability. So you got 60k damage. We've got a little bit of damage increase as well. I'm hoping nice will do his A3. There we are, which is what I wanted to see. Guess we'll go for the block revive here. Play A1. We'll see how well he can take the damage from this nice. Obviously, this nice is not the best build of nice, if we're being honest, but he's still a nice in the day. Even the badly built nices are probably crazy builds for sure. Okay, so we have the A3. Does ignore block damage. Let's see. I don't think we'll be able to take him out because I don't think it's going to hit hard enough. Yeah, 68k, and you kind of can see what I mean. He just needs a bit more damage on that A3, which is going to be his downfall against like champions like Nice, and try and be I guess a soft counter to a Nice, which would probably be the best way of explaining it. And you can see here that he'll come in and do his shenanigans, and he'll go take out UDK. Cool. Not a bad effort for sure. Can't really take down the Nice just yet. Can Empress take him down? No, because he didn't crit overall. So that is one way of kind of playing him. I think he's got some good options there overall. Let's go up against like a Harima, who is again extremely difficult to kind of go up against. We'll bring in a lockout champion to deal with everyone else. So Warlord will be stepping into this. Let's see how he can kind of do it against Harima. Now, Harima does have that passive ability where she won't have to deal with the stone skin. So that's one thing we'll have to take into consideration. Luckily, we didn't lose the stone skin there at all. Sorry, we didn't get cut in by the armad there at all. Kind of be interesting to see what he can do against stone skin, but I don't think it would hit hard enough. There's the 92k. I guess we'll just go up against A1 here. And this would be his weakness, right? Would be that. We'll play the A2 here. See what he will do there. Nothing. So far, we're dropping some heals. We'll go like that. Oh, that wasn't smart, Grim. Was not smart. Alright, let's go A3. Okay. Not great damage, as you can see. We will be honest, like you guys already seen his build. His build is pretty fairly decent. Bear in mind, it's only a level 2 blessing. Funny enough, I have another 2 in the vault, Mountain King, but Dwarfs is not finished, so I can't empower until +2. So I do feel like he does need a little bit more in his kit to be at the top of the meta. But I feel like if you're short on nukers, especially for Sanukas, and you're looking for something a bit different to kind of be pair with Empress, or even using like Siege or 3 versus 3. I actually think he's not a bad choice to kind of do a job there. Okay, so let's have a look at Pythian with the damage mitigation. Does fairly well there. We can go in here, and you're just basically just chomping away at the allies. It's a shame that the extra turn is really needed to kill, because if he was guaranteed extra turn either way, I think would have been great. See how that does. 83 again, not too bad. You would just start seeing a damage increase there as well, overall. So then we can have a look at a different style of team if we are faster. So again, we'll come in with Empress. Empress is only half geared, so hopefully we can stay faster than this overall. You won't be able to deal with the passive very well. Oh, so this is a Sonic set. Sonic set Shuzhen. But we can see that we did survive some of the damage, which is pretty cool to see from the Marius. Now, is that Marius fully awakened? It is with a Christian Rem as well. So we can just go pop 106k, A1, pop, not too bad. He's a fun champion. He is a fun champion. Let's go like that again. And yeah, okay, cool. But you just get variegated against all of the mythicals. So let's see if we can find a fairly better team. So we've got like what, Taurus here, we have Empress there with the UDK. Let's see if we can find something that's a bit more Vavavoom. Can he? I wonder if he could be fun against Gizmak. I want to kind of showcase him against a different style of team. We have Harima there. Okay, so we have the same kind of team here. We'll pair with Marius this time, because Marius will be our way to deal with Stoneskin, as long as we're faster, like, and we can deal with the Shuzhen. I don't think this is the Shuzhens in Sonic. You never know when you're going to get a little bit unlucky, and hoping Marius won't take the fun away from us too much. But you can see that we've got a way to deal with Stoneskin, and we're being true feared, which is really, really annoying, because that true fear kind of screws us. Let's have a look what you can do there. He went halfway through Stoneskin, right? On a defense based nuker. Not too shabby. Let's have a look what he'll do here. He's been petrified. So I think we would have won this if I didn't get feared there. But unfortunately, I got feared. Not too sure how I got feared. I think it was something to do with Soul Reap or something. So let's try again, because I wanted to really kind of showcase him against a Gizmak. Maybe we just won't do the A3 ability. Must have got Soul Reaped or something. I'm not too sure what happens. We got feared somehow. Okay, there we are. There. So we can see that we got 2/3 of a stone skin left. Oof. We took a little bit of health. We got a bit of stone skin. Not too shabby. Let's have a look. Can we get a bit more? Okay, so we have another one. We might test him against stone skin in a second. See if we can find. He's not going to break stone skin, but potentially we'll see like how much he can do against stone skin on nukers. Maybe if you get like if you're just fairly okay against some nukers, it'll be alright. Got template chains again there. It's cut in somehow. I'm not too sure how you cut in there. That's kind of annoying. Let me drop in my... Oh man, it's not too sure how he cut in there. Maybe it was a template change that knocked back my turn meter on the arbiter. I guess that's what happened. Let's see. Play the A1 here. Then we will go into you. Overall in. Oh, we stripped all the stone skin. Damn. Ah, we stripped all the stone skin. It's so hard to kind of do a damage test when I don't have a Shuzen or something like that. Because I want to test him against stone skin. Maybe we can find like a Ghost second team where we can kind of make this work. Let me come in with... Guess we've got some type of Ghost second team like UDK. Yeah, we can go. Oh, he's got Ember, so this will be a little bit difficult. So let's go Ancora. Let's go UDK to soak up the counter attack damage, and let's go a Warlord to deal at like a lockout, right? Also with Force Affinity, we won't be able to beat this defense, I don't think, because of the Embers, and Embers will just make it a little bit difficult because it'll take off the stone skin. And we've got no lightning cage, which kind of counters it. He's kind of slow anyway, which is interesting. If we can get a turn. Okay, so we've got one. Interesting. He's just gone straight into his abilities. All right, so we can see a Marishka with Stone Skin, Strengthen, and Shield. See, we won't kill her, but we can see how much chunk of... Oh, wow. That is a big chunk of Stone Skin, huh? That is a big chunk of Stone Skin. Not too shabby. His multipliers are really, really good on that ability. You're going to have to be really careful. There's definitely potential for the Mountain King in the right fights. There is potential. I'm not too sure how you do it. Would need to like pair a second nuka with him. But there is definitely potential there. So look. Fairly good damage against Marishka there as well. Let me see. Maybe we can pair them up with someone. Emrys again would be the good nuka because he can deal with the stone skin. Horus and Marishka. Alright, let's... Oh, I was meant to take in a second nuka. What are you doing, Grim? I was meant to take in a second nuka. I like wasting my gems. Eee. That was a waste of gems, though. We got one more token left. Kind of like if a pair of them gets bombs, it won't be good anyway. We can. I'm gonna try and use Embrys. Maybe if Embrys is missing some gear, he's missing one piece of gear right now. He's still slightly faster than my Embrys, so maybe we can use him against this one. I'm not too sure. I would need to gear him properly. Rushka's faster. Yeah, so I'm missing my stone skin. Okay, so see what we can do against here. To take that. Obviously with Force Affinity as well, which is great. Let's see if we can get this Marishka one shot. Let's come in for the Empress. One shot. 144 there on the Empress, which is really, really good. Overall. Let's see what happens here. Let's go like that. Let's set off the block damage on Sigford. So I guess if this was like a live arena fight, you set that off. Oh wow, unfortunately I'm not ready on that ability, which is a bit of a problem. If only we had a little bit more. We can go for the block damage here. Oh, we didn't get it. Okay, because we didn't crit. That's why. Again, force affinity. I think we can actually go this ability now. Boom, like that. And then finish like that. And then you can see there's a reset as well. 1 minute 30 actually wasn't a too bad or a bad fight. So if you use Embers in a right team, I think he's got a lot of potential, but you have to use some with him. So I think for Live Arena, for the right teams, I think there is some options. I don't think he's going to be used at the right to the top end of Arena where I am, but I think there is definitely use there overall. So yeah, hopefully that kind of shows him. Let me get a build 2 ready, and then we'll kind of showcase him in build 2. But I think this is the best way to build him overall, and I kind of want to show like a fun build that we would like to see as well. All right then, so build number 2, and this is going to be an interesting one. So we're going to come in the same type of team with this, and hopefully this will work the way that I can imagine it to be. Now, this could be a very interesting way to gear up a Mountain King. You would need to be careful with this, obviously. But basically, we've got a 9-piece Merciless. So we're going to go 1 there. We're going to go 1 here. Don't get the extra turn, unfortunately. Looking to try and get a extra turn here in second. But we will ignore more damage. Definitely the someone coming in and spoiling my fun. And unfortunately, Lydia, I forgot about Lydia's passive, which is one of them ones. Let me try and get rid of some of this stuff. Not like we haven't missed any gear off our Empress. Could have actually re-geared Empress, to be fair. So let's try this again. Let's go again. See what we can do. There's gonna be 1. We do survive. And pop. So a 9-piece Merciless could be the way to go. All right, so you can see here, I want to kind of against go this champion. We brought in Mr. Rodus as well to kind of see what we can do against a style of team like this. Both of them ignore block damage. Both of them are very solid champions. Obviously, Rodus is a different breed of fish, if we're being honest, but I thought it would be worth a go. So we're going to sheep Emerus to make sure Emerus is not a problem for me. We'll let them do their turns and shenanigans and see what we can do here. So Mountain King will come in first. Let's see if we can pop her. 123 million damage there from Mr. Mountain King. And then we've been able to take out a Marishka there as well. Pretty solid overall. Can't complain with that. Obviously, we'll have to let them deal with the stone skin, blah, blah, blah. So that could be a good one. I think that was a really, really solid showing what Empress, what he can do. Let's go again like this. Obviously, we'll get extra turn. Can't do nothing right now. She will revive, unfortunately. Unless we can sheep her. No, we can't. Let them do their shenanigans. Rodus it was mainly just brought in to deal with the Rodus. Didn't do with her very well though. And yeah, could have kept the sheep for this. He's also, I think he's got something. He's got bolt work on her, right? Cool. Let's see what we can do here. We got a weak hit there. And then hopefully Rose can start coming into the game in a minute. Actually, I think Rose is actually missing gear, which which won't actually help. I think I actually took his gear to build Mountain King. Oh dear. That's why Rhodes is hit like wet noodle. Cool. There's a full block damage. So basically, I'm in here with 3 champions. Mm-mm-mm. Let's see. No, can't shoot ditches. This was really, really sloppy gameplay from me. There's not much we can do now until we got that A3 back. So we might as well just keep A1 in. I think we just got no extra turn now. Oh, okay. Well, we got extra turn there on the 9-piece merciless. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Let's help if I didn't bring in a half-built nuker. Yeah, Rose is definitely half-built. Okay, let's do this. Let's go pop here. And let's try and take out you. No, Aspect of Seroth on the Duchess. Which sheep you. So he's got Aspect of Seroth on the Duchess, so that's on cooldown for 1 turn. Mount King, you get a go. No. So Aspect of Seroth is now in full effect again. That's annoying. Aspect of Seroth is a problem for single nukers. Okay, maybe it was on cooldown then, or maybe it wasn't Aspect of Seroth. I'll have to check after this recording. You can see here, if we had a better built Rodus, right, or if I actually brought in my geared Rodus, we would have actually chomped through this team way faster. So I think there is some use here for Mr. Mountain King overall, but I think it'll be kind of hard to kind of show how we'd use him. So let me show you the build then. I think he's got some great options. I think he's definitely much better now. You know, if he just ignores Stone Skin, he'll be way better. So this is 9-piece Merciless that we use. These are stats. So you guys would have saw the first build in the Stone Skin and ignore defense set like Instinct or something like that. I think he's a very good champion for Instinct because he does ignore 50% target defense. So I think Instinct would be great because you can get more speed on him overall as well, which is not a bad thing. So we can still get good critical damage of 325, HP of 102. And the attack was just reasonable 4 out of 10. Not a great merciless build, to be honest. Not the best of my shenanigans, but yeah, you can see that we still use the relic. Having cast overall is fine. I've always spoke about better ones, and then the masteries. So these masteries are really old. I guess Shieldbreaker is still quite good for the A2 because it doesn't ignore anything, right? So bolster could be a problem for him with even with all that ignore defense mitigation going on. So these are probably roughly the same amount of masteries I'd go with. I probably would change it up a little bit for something like, yeah, so I got Rodus gloves, so I took 3 pieces of gear for Rodus. I would probably look something like for him now, I'd probably go something like this. I think Cycle of Violence would be good still because he could do a lot of damage, especially with that A2, sorry, the A3. Sorry, the A2, which could put a cooldown on the A3. This is what I'd probably run, if I'm being honest. Cycle of Violence, I'm a big fan of Cycle of Violence overall on Nukers. That would be one way I'd probably look at it as overall. Bit of a long video. Hopefully we did Mr. Mountain King justice. I will probably build him up for my faction war teams, to be honest, because he's looking quite fairly good. And he's probably got more survivability than the Nuka. The Nuka from the Fusion, he's very squishy, which is one thing that's put me off right now with him. But as usual, guys, hopefully you like this. And please remember to like, comment, subscribe. I've been Grim. I'll see you on the next one.